What's up, everybody? It's your boy Mom for another classic review, and today we're reviewing the Tales from the Crypt episode Report from the Grave. Before we begin, did you subscribe? Did you hit the bell? If so, what are you waiting for? Did you invent the machine to read the memories of the dead? Make sure it's somebody else and not a murderer. So yeah, Report from the Grave was the 8th episode from season 7 back in June 14th of 96, and it was from the 15th issue of Vault of Horror in the comic books. Which, overall, sorry, explains a scientist named Elliot invents a way to read memories of the dead. To test the device, Elliot and his girlfriend, Arian, break into a crypt of a dead serial killer. Meaning? Of course. I'll explain the whole way. Elliot and Aaron are walking through the cemetery. Elliot has a contraption that he wants to hook up to a dead brain. Dude, Aaron right there, and she's no rocket scientist. The quite opposite, she ridicules his narrow focus on physics and facts. She believes metaphysics has the answer. Of course, they enter the mausoleum, which holds the body of Vladimir Timak. It says he's the number 13th in world-class psychos trading card set, which, if you never heard that name before, it was a reference from the Ants Found Values. If you remember when Wednesday, Pugsley, and his other kid were playing, showing cards of all serial killers, including the Black Widow herself. Weird, ain't it? Elliot pulls out the rookie card with his name on it. He reads 26 certified kills, 19 women, 7 men. Time rack was a renowned mesmerist who apparently hypnotized his victims with a single stare. Under his control, they were made to commit terrible and depraved acts before he murdered them, bathed in their blood. Everybody's high powerful brain makes him a good candidate to hook up his device. Some people might have preferred the final revelation from Gandhi or Hawkins or Einstein or Jeffrey Epstein, which, what the fuck? Jeffrey Epstein? Good idea. We'll find out who his other pedo friends are. That'll be interesting. Let's hope it's Trump. But they didn't have a no train card. Ellie opens the tomb. Aaron winces at the smell, but well, no shit. Ellie explains that the smell is formaldehyde. Well, of course. Wouldn't have smelled worse without the formaldehyde? Agreed. For any trip to exhume, the whole time, Ellie has been a little snippy. Of course. Because he suspects Arian stole some research papers from him. Erin says she has no interest in such fate. She uses a red marker to draw a heart on the palm of his hand. Says, "You always have my heart in your hand." Oh. He hooks a Timac on the device, which is a mind reader. Which, shit. While adjusting the settings, he sees his stolen research papers spill out of Aaron's bag. Fortunately, she happens to be putting the other headset on her own noggin. He angrily cranks up the volume, causing her to scream. Once he starts shrinking, he suddenly becomes very concerned. Well, what did he expect? He pulls the headset off of her and she stops screaming, but I suspect the heart drawn in his palm was much in the morning. Yeah, because if you notice the flashback, they managed to bring him, the damn murderer, back with flashes. Like, okay, they were like, if you have a problem with flashing lights, there was a scene where you actually see the killer come towards her, but too late. It kills. She gets killed right in the spot. Elliot wakes up in an asylum due to his guilt, especially after he learns Aaron only took his papers to submit for an award for him. Wow. Stupid you, huh? Okay. He dreams of Aaron and two other topless women, but seems to have actually awakened before flies land on his window and assemble in the shape of a new circuit. Elliot uses his new circuit to upgrade his device. Maybe I felt. Of course, he decides to use his new device to resurrect Arian. He appeared to have procured 3 dead women for the process. None of them Aaron, as far as I can tell. What are the 3 women for? What? Was it just because she dreamed of them? Of course. Oh boy. Aaron appears in a ghostly form. Then hardens just like Elliot. That is not the way. I just expect her to turn. Of course. He was working on a scientific approach. No supernatural. He is okay with it. And guess what happens? And then they bang. Whoa, he's banging Ginger right now. Unfortunately, the device must remain on, and guess what happens? It tracks Time Rack right there. It returns to the same gateway, although he seemed to take a different off-ramp. Arian and Elliot are in the bedroom when they hear Time Rack tearing up, coming towards it. They rush back to the lab, and Time Rack breaks, which of course, Arian tries to have to shut down the machine before it's too late. Which, yeah. Because some of those victims, if I could mention, they were the victims of Time Rack. The more specific victims that he murdered. Which, of course, they rush back in the lab, and Time Rack breaks down the door and kill it. Wait, well, not so. Well, where did he go? There was no English bird waiting to have sex with him. He killed them all. Just kidding. Elliot has to shut down the machine to get rid of Time Rack, and Arian is lost in the process. A few days later, the police, the local Scotland Yard arrived, and they found Elliot's body in a tub. He committed suicide. I guess he was distraught. He was distraught after killing Aaron twice. Something not even Time Rack even pulled off. That's when the police noticed a hard draw on the window, which they still can't figure it out. Why? Also, they mentioned that the window is not drawn from the inside, but from the outside. Because they're on the second floor window, which is a high, and there's no way someone can just draw a heart from that height. So it turns out, it was from her. And finally together. And that, my friends, is Report from the Grave. Now, now segment from your Crypt Keeper. Greetings, agriculture fans. I'll be with you in a moment. I've just got to finish my artichokes. If you know what I mean, he's actually choking a man off screen. Come on, Artie, die already. Now, a little water and some fertilizer, and before you know it, I'll be horror-festing my own little field of screams. You didn't know your pal the Crypt Keeper had a green thumb, did you? Well, I do. And the rest of me is pretty damn moldy, too. What brings me to mind tonight's tale is about a scientist who's a bit of a scarecropper himself. I call this one Report from the Grave. And now, the closing segment. Poor Elliot. Thought his field of physics. Turned out it was biology. And that's not the worst of it. Elliot only read the first part of Tyrex's book, where he tied up Arian. If Elliot had read a little further, he would have seen Tyrex's chapter 2. I got to get back to my planting. I've already sown the scare its, and it's the terror nips. Which means I got just one more crop to put in. Squash. Squash. If you know what that means, the camera pans to the show man, face sticking out of the dirt, and the creeper stunts the head deeper in the ground. Yeah, splat. Damn. And fun fact, the episode was a reference from the 1999 remake of House on a Haunted Hill. I never seen that. I'm not gonna see it. I'm always a fan of the original with Vincent Price. You can't beat the original. I've got the animated sequels for the original. Only the remake had more sequels. Fuck. But yeah. Let me know what you think of Report from the Grave. What was your favorite scene? To me, this was a doozy. Remember, this was the final season of Tales from the Crypt, and this is one of the Crypt Keepers in the UK. I'm not joking. He's in the UK. Some of these episodes are actually in the UK, so this gets you pretty cool. But yeah, let me know what you think of today's review. Did you like it? Did you see some of the episodes? If so, let me know in the comments below and which other episode you want me to do a review on. And if you have anything else in mind, just comment down below. Until then, I'll see you next time. And if you're new to the channel, remember to subscribe, hit the bell, like this video, and I'll see you next time. Peace.